Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Unidentified Podcast. And today, unfortunately, we gotta report like some unfortunate news. It's a little sad, but we have to do it, right? This information got to me because two reasons. One is that a very good friend of mine like actually brought it to my attention. The other thing is it happened fairly close to where we live at, and I just think it's fair to actually like bring this to light for people to see and understand how dangerous things are. Ed, with that being said, could you please read the police report?
All right, guys. City of North Tonawanda Police Department press release on January 16th, 2024 on 7:05, I guess, in the morning. 7:05 hours, a 911 call was received for a report of a train versus automobile collision. I wonder who won. At the Whitmer Road Railroad crossing near River. Okay. Whitmer Road Railroad crossing near River Road in the city of North Tonawanda. Okay, that was challenging right there, okay?
That's a tongue twister right there. So.
Now you know why I had you
members
read
of
this,
North Tonawanda Police and Fire Department responded to the scene along with Twin City Ambulance. During the investigation, it was determined that a 2021 Hyundai Elantra operated by a 29-year-old female from the town of Wheatfield came to stop on the railroad tracks facing in a westerly direction. The operator was the only occupant of the vehicle. While the vehicle was stopped on the tracks, it was struck by a southbound Amtrak passenger train carrying 11 passengers and 3 crew members. The operator of the vehicle was transported to Erie County Medical Center, where she was pronounced deceased at 9:02 hours. The name of the deceased is being withheld pending notification of family members. There were no injuries to passengers or crew on the Amtrak train. The North Tonawanda Police Department was assisted at the scene by Amtrak Police and CSX Police. The investigation into the cause of the collision is ongoing.
Yeah, guys, so there you have it. Unfortunately, this happened about 8 days ago, and I looked into some of the comments on Facebook. You know how they release like the information and all these things, and some of these comments are actually like very cruel.
Did they know her?
I don't think that's fair.
Like,
I no, people are just like, oh, she's stupid for not jumping out of the car, for not running, for not freaking see the sticks coming down. Like, I can't remember what they called, but like there's a warning and all these things. Now, let me tell you this. So for what I hear and the neighbors are saying, and yes, a guy that was standing right behind her is saying that everything happened so fast that, you know, like nobody knows how they're gonna react when these things happen. She was 29. Unfortunately, she lost her life, obviously, right? And I guess what happened is like okay, so I'll tell you because I've been around there before, okay? So the train tracks are on a uphill, like not too steep of a hill, but it's pretty steep. And it's very small, like it's small, okay? And it gets slippery. Like the streets are very slippery right now. I don't know if you guys well, you know, Ed, you haven't drove in a while, but you walk around and stuff like that. You know how slippery it gets when it's snowing and black ice and all these things. And she actually like tried to like back up and go, but didn't work out. Yes, jump off the vehicle, run.
yeah,
do
she was just caught in the tires,
yeah,
kept spinning.
of course, but you never know. Yeah, and I guess she tried calling her mom. That was the last thing she did. Try calling her. Oh, she would not try calling her mom. Try explaining her mom because she was on the phone with her mom. Not like she started dialing this whole thing. She was on the phone with her mom, and she was like telling her mom what was going on. So probably trying to listen to her mom on the phone and trying to assess the situation. That's probably like an overload for such a when it's such a quick reaction is required. You know what I mean? So yeah, peace to her soul. I in Spanish we say que Dios la tenga en su gloria, which means like hopefully God has her in his kingdom. And yeah, we actually have a news report which is basically saying exactly what I just said. But let's run it real quick, Ed, if you don't mind. That way it gives you a more visual.
Badly learned, a 29-year-old woman has died after her car collided with a train in North Tonawanda. This was the scene this morning at the Whitmer.
A train collided with her car.
Road crossing, that's right near River Road. Police say the woman's car stopped on the tracks before it was hit by an Amtrak train carrying 14 people. Everyone on that train was hurt, and police are still investigating.
Look at the but yeah, look at the condition. That tells you
the train. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like I said, there's a little
tonight we have sadly
upwards hill going up there. Ed, what are you thinking on this, man? You see this?
It's just unfortunate. Like her wheel probably got stuck. She panicked. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How about you, guy? And anything to add to this, man?
Unfortunate situation. I mean, yeah. No, I mean, the roads are quite slick, and you can see that the driving conditions are bad as it is. Let alone stand with stress, with time, with whatever is coming. Yeah. Even if you step out, you might slip, fall, and yeah. So there's so many perspectives to this, but yeah, it's.
I just wonder, like, how many people,
and the train is coming.
How many people each year get hit by a train?
Die in similar accidents? I don't know, but I also heard that Amtrak is like a very, very fast train too, so. It's not like one of those industrial trains or anything like that. That go a little slower and stuff.
It says it's 5,800 car crashes. Was this car crashes?
In the whole U.S.?
How often do people get hit by a train? And it says, I guess 5,800.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean car crash. It can also be just people walking.
It says in the U.S., someone is hit by a train once every 2 hours.
Oh,
that's a lot.
My goodness, that is amazing.
That's not amazing. That's
no, like I mean,
it says according to U.S. Department.
Yeah, like it's an amazing number.
To U.S. Department of Transportation, there are 5,800 train car crashes each year in the United States. That's a lot. A lot. You wouldn't think it's that many.
Yeah, that is a lot. 800. So if that's really like a frequent thing, why are we not like operating in a better way? Like, why don't we have solutions for these issues?
You're dealing with people, man. I mean, you can't. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, these are not regular people. These are engineers, people who are like actually dedicate their life to
unless you're gonna.
Oh, you're talking about regular human beings.
Bridge over each train crossing. You know what I'm saying? Or what are you going to do? You know how much money that will cost? Or unless you're going to do something like underground or...
Well, You're right. That would be too much money, and we got weapons to buy, so we can't waste money on stuff that would save lives, right? So there you go. Unfortunately, this is something that we cannot take back. This person lost their life, and I hope her family stays strong, man. But we do have to move on from this subject.
And you also got to realize some people probably want to get hit.
We got a second one.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. No, not per se talk about, but here in the Netherlands, it's quite usual for people to actually kill themselves or throw themselves in front of a train to.
That is actually a great point as well. That did cross my mind, but once I heard that she was on the phone with her mom, I don't think that was
I wouldn't want to go like that.
No,
like maybe like drugs or maybe like slip my wrist, bleed out. I wouldn't want to go in front of a train. Like, man, that's brutal.
I would not. By the way, I always say this, I would not hurt myself. It is forbidding. God forbids self taking away your own life, okay?
Yeah.
I would never do it. Never. Don't ever like think like, hey, we found them like this. None of that. I'm never doing that. Okay. But Negayan is the one that brought up the next video we're gonna be watching right now. And Negayan, can you give me some information on that?
Yeah, this is also an accident that happened. It's quite serious, and they're in this accident. I think you can loop the video so we can see it in the background. I don't think it's too graphic. The Netherlands doesn't allow that. Mm-hmm. But it's basically when a car came between two. It was actually a Jeep. I don't remember the mark. Came in between two trucks, and one truck failed to brake and crushed the car on the back of the other truck.
Is that the image we have like currently right here?
Yeah. This is
no, don't tell me that. I was looking for that white truck over there. I was wondering if that was it, but don't tell me is the vehicle in between? Oh my goodness.
So you don't see the vehicle at the moment because it's as crushed as it is. And yeah, this is very unfortunate as well because it took the life of one person and 3 others are badly injured. Mm-hmm. Also here, the press didn't come forward with names yet, also because of the family and the family members. So, but it's situations like these that we have to be wary about. I mean, I would never, and I say never, I do at times sit behind a truck or a truck sits behind me, especially when in traffic, like busy traffic. Mm-hmm. It comes, you see 3 lanes, and most of the time the trucks stay in the right lane unless they are passing each other. But it's possible that you come in this type of situation, and very unfortunate as it is, it's very I won't say it's very common because this doesn't happen a lot. This is quite a freak accident. But if I hear it from other places, the Dominican Republic as well, I've heard several people have been stuck between 2 trucks and they came out alive. Mm-hmm. But
I've seen that a lot
in countries where the how do you call it, the maintenance and stuff like that is not on as on point as
I see that in India too, like it happens a lot.
So that tunes back into the safety measures that country can take or make for the traffic to be safe. And that railway crossings that we have over here, car accidents also happen, but it's less common. Also because probably the weather conditions are not as harsh as in the US, of course. Mm-hmm. But there's so much before you can actually get stuck there.
Now today I came across this video of these self-driving trucks, like loading trucks, right? And they are trying to put like actual robots in the driver's seat, robots that look around and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys have seen anything like that, but what you think this is a solution, or a reduction on the human margin of error in the roads, or what you think, guys? Like, you think putting self-driving cars will be a solution to this?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of accidents with self-driving cars. So like, what are we? Yeah, they're not perfect yet.
Yeah, but yeah, they're not perfect. But what I'm talking about is like future. You know what I mean? Imagine a whole road full of self-driven cars and stuff. That's what I was kind of referring to. But okay, let's move on.
Yeah, then the question would be, would these cars and be able to handle the situation as well if they get a flat tire, or of course you can program it after it happens, or if you test it for it.
I think it'll be one of those things that we will learn and improve as we go, as things happen, as like lives are lost and stuff like that. I think that's gonna be one of the like promotional things, like, oh, you ever seen this happen, and show you like a issue. But our line of vehicles has a solution. No more of this. And I think what the competition, healthy competition, is good for everybody, in my opinion, right? So I think with the competition, these errors will be fixed over time. But I'm talking about a full road of self-driven cars, whatever. I think once we get to that point, we're not gonna see this as much, because I'm guessing a car will do.
Let it loop.
Yeah, go for it.
Without audio. Yeah, without the audio.
Without the audio, Ed. You know what I mean, nigga?
Yeah,
because
I understand, because it's a lot of
look at that. Oh my goodness. And not only that, because you never know, like, when your tires are gonna give up, right? I'm guessing there's gonna be like self-analytics, like a regular computer. You can like check for everything that needs maintenance on your car. Wow, this is amazing. And how many people were in that car, in that truck? One?
I guess 4.
4. My goodness.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Freak accidents can happen. Be careful out there. Make sure you take for yourself, the correct safety measures. And if you encounter a certain situation that you need to act quick, be able to have an escape route, always plan B as an option.
What is that boots then, or whatever? What that truck say? What is that?
Bootsen. It's a chicken production truck. So,
is that what your chickens over there look like? They not white?
No, they're brown and white. The free walking ones are brown, and the
cage ones are okay. I see. Okay. Okay, Ed, anything to add to this, man? Any now, Ed, you have a story where you'd like to share your story about, like, when you used to drive. You told me once you had an issue with the snow and stuff.
What are you talking about?
You told me like you were sitting on the sidewalk for like, I don't know how long.
Yeah, but it's not a cool story or anything. I just got ran off the road. That's all.
No.
And I crashed into somebody's house. It's like, ain't no big deal.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Really?
I think it's worth. Can you explain this to me? Tell me the story.
I'm
it's
curious
not.
now. So you got ran off the road, or you?
No, okay. You got a street, right?
Yes, you
There's
did.
two lanes, and you got your left lane and right lane, but we're going in the same direction, right? So the guy in the right lane, slightly ahead of me in a truck, he takes a left turn, so he's turning right in front of me, and so I had to kind of avoid him, and then that it just wasn't going too fast, not enough traction, and just ended up going right off the road. Yeah.
You
And
didn't.
was
hit-
this?
Witnesses?
No,
You didn't hit him.
he swerved.
No, because I tried to avoid him. That's why. So no,
You were, yeah.
But the smart move would have been to just hit him,
And
Yeah.
even though he was in a truck.
Yeah.
That-
okay, so I have a question. What year was this?
It's probably like 2008, 9, probably 2010, something like that. Yeah, a long time ago.
Was that here in Niagara Falls?
It's not that interesting of a story, man.
Okay.
But
But
Yeah.
you hit a house after that. Then?
and then I was like laid out, and then I was like freezing, like almost like I was gonna die freezing, because it was like January or something, right? But then the cops came and they saved me. Yeah. No.
Was that on the news?
Usually,
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, because I was gonna
usually when
do
the
some
cops do something bad, that's what gets.
research on that, and oh, okay, I see.
I
You
don't
want
have
to
to.
give me an example of that?
Watching them, don't you? The George Floyd. I mean, like, what are you talking about? Every time they do something bad, it's all they're doing.
I thought you had something different in mind. Okay, well, that's it for vehicle accidents, motor vehicles, transit issues, whatever you want to call this session. Moving on to a little less tragic news, I would say. What we got up next? So we have Katt Williams. What is this guy name?
Shannon Sharp.
This guy on screen right now?
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp. I can say his name that well. Everybody knows about this conversation, this interview conversation, whatever you, very eye-opening,
I didn't make it on.
revealing conversation that he had. Well, most people then know about it. I listened to the whole thing. I would like to re-listen to the whole thing, but I think it should be a thing where we like dissect little by little and start having these conversations, watching like these little shorts, even if it's us making the shorts and looking into it, because I feel like if you miss it, you miss it. Like if you're not paying attention, there's a lot that's being said under Katt Williams' breath. A lot that I noticed that he agrees with, but it's not saying he agrees with. He's like, oh yeah, like, you know what I mean? Without saying yes, I agree with what you are saying. You can tell if you look at it at their interaction. Seems like they know a lot of things that they're not really like getting into. Okay, but for this episode, they are talking about like what's going on with Mark Zuckerberg. I hate pronouncing names because
Close enough.
Zuckerberg.
We know what you're saying.
Okay, and his $270 million house or bunker or project over there in Hawaii, man. One of the things I wanted to look into, maybe Nagai, and you can do this real quick. I want to know where in Hawaii this is going on. But while me, Nagarian, or Ed look for that information, I would like to roll this video real quick. I don't know how we got to proceed with this information, because is this something we can like just watch and let it run, which would be the...
How long is it? Oh, 140. 1 minute 40.
It's a minute and 40. Huh?
All right.
Or do we have to stop it in between? How we do this, Ed?
For
No.
copywriting issues, or what do you mean?
for any issues at all. Okay, let's run it then.
You see this Mark Zuckerberg building this $270 million bunker?
If you have $1 billion, we have learned that you can do whatever you want to do. When Elon Musk wants to send things in space, he don't have to ask nobody's permission. Congress don't meet. Senate don't meet. No police department got to be warned. He
does have to like talk to, air and space and, and NASA, and he's got to clear this. Okay. Like he doesn't have that kind of power.
He does none of that. Wait. If you got $1 billion, you do what you want to do.
Bro, he's a regular dude doing all this. You understand what he's trying to say with this? He's not saying you just build a rocket and go for it.
Like, but he.
If you know,
it's not true. I mean, if just because you got a lot of money, you can do whatever you want. Even like you have to play along with the government. If you make those people mad, like that money that you think you got ain't gonna mean nothing. You might have a couple billion. Yes. I mean,
if they turn around,
these people they print the money.
If they turn around and decide that you are an issue, they go in after you. But we all know what he's referring to. If you have $1 billion or billions of dollars, right? You get away with a lot.
It depends. It's not the money.
I mean, I'm not taking.
You gotta say the right stuff and be on the right side. If not, they will come after you. All that money ain't gonna mean nothing.
If you have $1 billion, if you have $1 billion, I'm assuming you have the right connections. You have the right people.
Okay. Trump is a billionaire.
Do we have to like?
He got out of line.
Yeah, but this is a great example, and exactly that. He got out of line. He did something that certain people didn't like, so he got out of line. And this doesn't mean he did something evil. Maybe he didn't do something evil that somebody needed him to do. Just let's use this as an example. I don't know for sure. What I know is that
Elon Musk is getting out of line too. That's one of the reasons why Tesla stock is tanking right now. Whole market up, Tesla stock is tanking. I mean, they can do that to you if they want. Like, they could actually destroy you if they want. They could do it just like that.
I actually want to invest in Tesla. Anything Elon Musk is doing, I want in.
But yeah, let's finish.
That's my opinion.
Do and then you tell them what you did. Right. And that's how it goes.
What he built on a $270 million bunker? What do you know that we don't know, Katt?
Kim Jong-un? I don't know what you don't know. Do you understand that people that are not very bright are in charge of nuclear bombs all across the country?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he knows. He knows that 30% of all weapons systems are running off regular Wi-Fi. So what does that mean? That means if a solar flare or a meteor hits either one of those, literally a bomb can go off just because the system accidentally got turned off.
You want to stop that?
That's what he knows.
All right, what you got?
The people that...
Just so Ed doesn't have no issues with this part, when he says regular Wi-Fi,
I don't know what
what he's saying, right? Like, guys, he's not talking about like the modem and the router modem and the router that you have at home. Like, of course, there's safety measures and all these things, but this can be hacked. This can, like, I don't know how to just say this. Like, I just don't. I'm not taking what he's saying exactly for what he means. Does that make sense? Nigga, and anything to add on this?
Yeah. There's, and this is the funny part, but how Katt Williams speaks, it's very like straightforward, but not giving too much, but giving enough for people to, okay, wait a minute, did he just say that? And that goes on in this interview, like on and on and on. And this is not something he has he's just saying because he's a comedian. No, he can say it like that because he's a comedian. Because he knows how to like put it out there without people becoming too like
rubbing you the wrong way too much.
Yeah,
I agree.
Maybe we should cancel him. Yeah.
And this is something that he's been doing his whole career. He's been making jokes about these things that end up being real. I mean, he spoke, and I'm a very big Katt Williams person. Since I speak English, I've been watching it. I sit down with Brittany and listen to it. He's one of my favorite like comedians. Okay, and that's that. And yeah, he says things in I say things in a very weird way as well. Like he's, you know what I mean? He's not like throwing it in your face like that, but he's like, oh, sparking your curiosity. You know what I mean? And if you look it up, a lot of these things I actually looked up. He's not lying. You know what I mean? They would have had his head if he would just come out flat out and say, hey, listen, this is what's going on.
This is the deal.
Yeah.
This is what these are the cards that we are being dealt. So
and by the way, like, how do you explain to somebody who don't know nothing, like, you know what I mean, like to your regular just citizen that's just walking around clueless, how you throw that at them? This guy
make him laugh. Make him laugh, then it sticks, and that's the yeah. I don't want to say the funny part.
I don't even want to say make them laugh, so they don't be like, oh, so this is how this works. We'll get.
I think he knows about Hollywood.
You know what I mean?
He knows about his business and all that. But when he gets off into other things, it's like nah.
He's not like deep into these things. But yeah, I agree.
Do you honestly believe that?
Like I said,
he's running off of Wi-Fi, and if the power goes out, they're all going to be set off.
But I already addressed that. That's why we stopped this video.
Literally, yeah.
It's not even figuratively. Like,
because I knew
these guys are not stupid. Like, it's not.
Let's put an example out there for people to envision it. Okay, he's got a point. Let me check it out. How susceptible it is actually.
There can be issues with this. Like, it can be hacked. Somebody can go into your system. There can be leaks. Oh, like it's happened before. Of course, we learn from our mistake. Security gets tighter. What? You haven't seen important, weapons of mass destructions? Maybe not. I don't know about that. But what I'm referring is like very important companies have been hacked before.
That's an important company being hacked. That's not the U.S. military nuclear arsenal being hacked. Okay, that's like different. I don't think that's happening.
It's different.
A little different.
But
I can't remember that well. What happened with Russia, where they were saying that Russia was messing up? What were you gonna say, Nagai?
I thought I saw a movie. Edward Snowden, was it the NSA or? I don't remember. Yeah. So, what they were doing back then, based on, I don't know what it actually was, but they went quite deep with the possibilities they had to actually access systems from your phone or your personal things to plan stuff, and that might be locally, nationally, but there's a digital revolution going on, and I think there's digital warfare in that as well. And
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
you have countries, top people, top hackers, you name it. The most talented people are there.
We're doing it back and forth. Like, come on, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I tell you what I'm telling you, like, I'm not telling you exactly what it is for what it is. I can't think for you, but come on, like, we know. And how you try to like thingy? You gotta outsmart people, right? Like, in each and every way possible. So so like, come on.
Okay.
This is happening. Like, we poke each other all the time, but you know what? You're the government person. You are the thingy. I do have to walk away. Have this conversation. Don't worry about me. I'll be.
This is like
back in a second. Okay.
This is like
I want you guys to.
I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna pause it. Just wait.
No,
for
I already seen this. All right. So what I was trying to say is that like I wouldn't want to be the guy that like tells you what it is for what it is. I would be the guy like Katt Williams. Like I'm telling you what it is, but you need to pay attention. Is the best way I see to take this issue at hand. Okay. You know what? I do wonder if the guy who is doing the interview, I wonder if he is actually like if he knows what he's getting out of Katt Williams when he initiate these conversations. You know what I mean? Like because sometimes,
right? Or
yeah, like
or
you know,
maybe the people behind him, but I think he knows what's gonna come out of Katt Williams. Not on all occasions, of course, but on most occasions, he knows. Yeah, that's why he has him in front of him.
Yeah, well, of course, but like, how can I explain this? Like, when I bring something up, a lot of times I know how Ed is gonna react, or I know what to bring aboard, like what conversations to bring for actually like Nagayan to take over. Does that make sense? Like, oh, this is what's gonna happen with this. I wonder how much of this whole interaction he figured out before this started. Does that make sense?
He seemed like he was surprised.
Like,
yeah.
At points, yes. But also, if you look at him, a lot of times actually seemed like Katt Williams like hit where he wanted him. Does that make sense? Like on many things, he's like saying something and then yeah.
Well, if he's saying controversial things that are gonna go viral, then yeah, it's on his show. His show is gonna blow up from that. I mean, that's what it is.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fair. Now this is a thing, Ed. Like you didn't hear the whole thing. You didn't watch the whole thing. Is there anything?
Me neither, by the way.
Besides this, it's cool. Like anything caught your attention, Ed?
I heard he was talking mess about what was it, Joe Rogan and all of Joe Rogan's buddies. Did you hear that part? Saying it wasn't funny?
Yeah, yeah.
I just seen a little clip. I didn't actually see the full context of that part.
So I kind of remember. So this is the thing. Yeah, he was saying like Joe Rogan is very selective on who he keeps around him, and he's like, Joe Rogan doesn't like me, he doesn't want me around and whatever because I'm the best guy.
He's funnier, you outshine him. This is what he's saying.
Kind of, and then like then he said something about.
Yo, let me be real with you. I never thought Joe Rogan was really that funny. Like I never like. I'm not into the comedy.
I watch his stand-up
a little bit. I'm like, it ain't that funny.
I'm into comedy.
It was the other day that I figured out Joe Rogan was also doing stand-up comedy. It was like maybe 2 months
ago. This guy does a lot. Like he's involved. Like I've been finding out things he's involved in. He's doing a lot. He's a workaholic. Like he works a lot. But this is the thing, okay? So Katt Williams is like, oh yeah, he doesn't want me around. You know why he don't want me around? Because I'm the guy. He's trying to do what I do, but I'm the one that does what I do. Like kind of, again, not telling you exactly like he's an asshole. He don't know what he's doing or anything like that. But you know what he's telling you, right? Mm-hmm. And then he's like, oh, why do you don't go to his show? And Katt is like, he don't want me on this show. Like he don't want me to tell him. Like, but actually. Somebody tweeted about this, and Joe Rogan responded the tweet, and he's like, "If you want, I'll set it up, and we can have this conversation." So I would love to see Katt Williams and the Joe Rogan show. I hope it happens. Actually, it's something I'm looking forward. Unfortunately, I agree. Some of the guys that Joe Rogan works with, does stand up with, are not that funny. No, Joe Rogan is funny, but like it takes him a minute. He's it feels like a little square, like not like all the way natural. It feels like
Octagon.
yeah,
Sorry.
you know what I
That's
mean?
not
Like
intended.
it feels like yeah, like an octagon. I guess you can use that. But you probably don't know this. But Joe Rogan actually was having some issues with a place where he used to perform, and you know what he did? He actually ended up buying another place, his own. So now he does that too. Like he has I don't know what you would call it, a company for you to do stand up, place or location, a
Comedy
theater,
club.
comedy club. There you go. Thank you for helping me out. Thank you, Ed, for not being helpful with these English words over here. So, okay. So beyond all these things, I think this is something we should like look into. It would be fun to talk about some of these things, and maybe even a little bit of footage of Joe Rogan's jokes.
I just seen
See how
little
that goes.
clips here and there, and it was nothing that made me say, "Oh man, that was funny. Let me see more." Like it. No, it was just like, okay, all right.
Nah.
You see a
And you
clip
know
of
what?
Katt Williams, it's like, oh, that's funny. Let me watch the whole. Let me watch a little bit more of that. Let me see what else this guy's got.
Yeah, but like the problem with Katt Williams is like Katt Williams, and this is very much like me, and this is why I find him to be so funny. If the story says, like the story he's telling you says that the guy fell and freaking hit his knee, he's throwing himself on the floor and he's gonna like freaking bust his knee. Like he's not just like a funny guy. He says funny things in a funny way. Does that make sense? Like that makes all the difference in the world. He's a funny guy that says funny things in a funny way. That's the best way I can put it. Like, you know what I mean? I have my
Exponentially
limitations.
funny.
Now, I wish I had the opportunity to do stand up. I've been thinking about doing stand up too. Like, I don't know, but I'm, and all my stories are like true, but like it's embarrassing. Like, so to give Joe Rogan the point, like you don't like me just from thinking about doing like stand up or whatever. It scares me. Imagine. So if you don't feel like this, your natural environment is hard. I find Joe Rogan to be very funny on his podcast. When he says something, he's usually funny like that. Like, you know what I mean? This dude Joey Diaz, I find him to be super funny. I don't like his stand-up that much, but I like his interactions because he says the first thing that comes into his mind. I just don't think he's the best at like writing and organizing his ideas. He's just
Joey Diaz is the only one that's funny. The rest of them dudes are just like they just corny. Like Brian Callen, Brandon Schwab, who else? Who's the other one? What's her name? The Whitney Cummings. She actually came down to the casino. She was down there. Brendan Schwab was at the casino too. I'm like, and
oh yeah. Okay.
These dudes, they're not funny.
Yeah, I agree with you. Joey Diaz, like I said, I would love to sit with Joey Diaz because like he's just spontaneous. Like he just says whatever he wants to say at any given moment. Like doesn't matter where you at, doesn't matter none of that. Like I find him to be very good.
I would go see like a Whitney Cummings show to just say, hey, that's the one lady that was on the Joe Rogan podcast. Not because she's funny, but like, hey, it would be cool to see one of them, but. I wouldn't do it. I'm not saying like that's the only reason why it would just be cool to finally like see one of them, you know, like in real life. But
okay, I see it.
She ain't
there's a few people I would like to go and see. Well, okay, let's not do that because you know.
Go, people, take a look at several of these names if you find them funny. It's your own, your own judgment, but yeah.
By all means, interact with us. Let us know. But this is the thing. Beyond all these things, Katt Williams,
Harry Sharif is trash.
Williams, he's giving you this information. I don't know who that is.
That's one of
so
Joe.
Must be, I guess. If I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Coffee.
What you sipping on, man? Oh, okay. Cool. Black coffee. Okay. So let's play this video and let's move along.
That are in power know that the people that are running the most complicated and deadliest things on the planet are just an average idiot. And you know lots of idiots.
I do.
Yep. And these people are not special. Back in the day they were.
Yeah.
Not today. Not today.
Man, you see this.
It's just, and then I get what you say, Lito, with the funny, and then on top of that,
my fault, guy.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Funny, and then bring it in a funny way.
But it's not true. It's not true. It's not true.
It doesn't.
What is not true?
That the people who run these systems are a bunch of idiots. These are some of the smartest, most capable people on the planet. No, they are today. These are capable people.
They needed to be, but at the same time, what happens if?
Here's why I check them. Here's why I challenge. Because the people who are actually running the system, you don't know who they are. You don't see these people. They put these bumbling buffoons out on TV, and you think that's who's running it. No, they're not running anything.
But Ed, this right now.
You think Joe Biden calling shots? He in the war room right now?
No, of course not. He's not talking about Biden at all. He's talking about the sons of the.
But I feel like you're missing the point, because this is an eye opener. This is not the news channel. This is
the true eye opener. Is that these people who say they're running aren't running anything? That's the real eye opener.
Okay, aren't these people used to run it? Need to pass on their.
Yeah, it is a front.
The people who run it.
I agree with you, Ed.
Like
I'm not.
These are not the people you see. You know, we don't know their names. We don't know who these people are. You just see a whole bunch of yachts sitting out there, and it's like, who possibly could own something like that? We don't know. And they don't want you to know who they are.
Yeah, that is true.
But wouldn't you want to pass down whatever you know back onto your down?
Yeah, they do. They keep it in house. They keep it to their family, to their colleagues, and they and not when.
And would that mean that all of the children are capable and able to run the business like their parents did, or run the country, or run the system like the ones who invented the system or kept it in place?
Yeah, I mean, everyone can do it, but everybody's got to play their position, Yeah. And they're going to keep their position. In order for them to keep their position, you got to keep playing your position and stay where you at, and don't get too uppity.
Don't fumble.
I'm trying to look for something to show you real quick.
Hey, Edge, we can't do this in the middle of the show, man. We can't do this in the middle of the show, all right? We ain't got time for this.
No. Go ahead and have this conversation. I just want to show you something, okay? I'll find it before we are done.
Right,
let's go to the next subject. Sunday cool. All right, play. Let's go.
Have you heard the conspiracy theory around the Mandela effect? This woman gave the example of the Fruit of the Loom logo. She said the Fruit of the Loom logo used to have a cornucopia in it.
It did, didn't it? Here's the thing.
Fruit of the Loom was like, we've never ever had that.
That's impossible.
This chick went so crazy about it. Like, she was talking to her therapist, and her therapist is like, chill out about Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm not kidding. It has a cornucopia in it, and I'm gonna die on this hill. She went through her whole closet and like friends' closets and stuff, and she finally found a t-shirt that had the Fruit of the Loom logo with a cornucopia.
No way. And she went as far as to go look at the old like trademarks and stuff and found an illustration of the cornucopia.
Dude, what is up with that? Why are they gaslighting us?
The theory is it's a giant experiment to see how easy it is to erase history.
I mean, that's 100% probably a real thing.
So be stubborn. It's Bernstein Bears.
Yes.
Yeah, not Berenstain.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
What you think?
I thought I saw this video before. I don't know if you sent it or, but
Now, this showed up on my feed. I seen it.
this had me. Yeah, and it's quite trendy right now, but at the same time, I still cannot get off the Monopoly man using a monocle and the top hat. Still, and
What they saying? It didn't. He doesn't have a top hat.
a monocle.
I seen the monocle, yeah, but
So
like
he didn't even have a top hat. Yeah, that's one of the two.
yeah, he's running like that with a monocle like this and a top hat. Yeah.
He doesn't have a top hat.
What he got?
He doesn't have a top
Fitted, a Yankee fitted.
hat. He has a Nike cap. Just kidding.
He got some J's on.
Can you look it up, Ed? What the Monopoly guy looks like? Real quick. I can
No,
put
he
him up.
for sure had a monocle. Stop.
Monocle, indeed.
And then a top hat as well.
No.
That's amazing.
You guys see that?
Oh wait. The top, he didn't have a monocle. Huh?
He has a monocle right here with the money bag.
So he has both.
I
Which one
don't
is
think
true?
he had the money bag on his hand like that. Did he?
You know, Monopoly's been around for many years, and there's different illustrations.
So the logo has changed. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, but like the thing is, what I'm trying to tell you is like, so are they like? Is this a trick? They want to confuse us?
He doesn't
What?
have a monocle on the Monopoly board. Now I'm curious to see how it changed. But those things, indeed, they change. Do you remember the Mr. Peanut Man? The one that's on the cans of peanuts? Also the same.
Oh, yeah.
I think he has a top hat or a monocle, one of the two. But
Yeah, but like in 10 years, like that dude, supposedly that dude died. You saw that commercial? They killed them all. And people were like complaining or whatever, but it was like some type of prank saying that he got born again and stuff like that, and now it's a baby peanut. And you haven't seen that?
no. But
So he was reborn. He was reincarnated. Amazingly. So what's up with this? This is a Monopoly guy?
Morgan, I guess that's who they based him off of.
Oh.
And JP Morgan does not have a monocle.
Really?
Or maybe he did. It just depends. I wonder why top hats went out of style.
Okay.
they're coming back in style right now.
No, it's got to be like
That's
a really special
you be-
occasion you wearing a top hat.
Agreed. One where you can walk around stiff and don't have to run or anything. I don't think top hats are practical, actually.
But anyways, we're talking about the Mandela effect and occurrences, and I believe the Fruit of the Loom indeed had a cornucopia. I have even underwear.
I know
back
for
then
sure. It did.
when I bought them.
You know,
the cornucopia on them.
let me tell you this. You know how I know it did?
Wow.
Because when we were in Dominican Republic, I remember that they used to. I never bought that over there, so it's not like it's a Chinese fake one or anything. Like my family used to send us like those white T-shirts and stuff like that in boxes. And I remember because I checked everything. I checked everything because in hopes that something fit me. I checked everything. And then a few years ago, I noticed it's just a fruit now. Now I'm like, oh, what's up with this? But you know, in my opinion, logos change, times change, and all these things, and things get reimagined. Like you actually pay a company to reimagine your logo and all these things, right? So I didn't make anything. Yeah, but like
reimagine, like it's you or your own imagination is changing because of a memory you think you had, but
and plus people like they tend to like as we get more modern, we tend to simplify things. You know what I'm saying? Like you would just get rid of the cornucopia and just have fruit. You know what I'm saying? It's more modern.
Yeah. So I didn't make anything out of it until like I seen people saying no, it was never on it. I'm like, where were you buying your stuff? Because it did. Like it did for sure. Now, do you think this is like people messing with us? Like they messing with us? Like they said, like it's just to see like
how much they can alter reality.
Yeah. Do you think this is a thing? Is it an experiment?
They alter the history. They already do that. You just teach people just some nonsense about history.
Well, history is not the same as your reality. Does that make sense?
Yes and no.
Well, okay, I'll give you an example of what I'm thinking. I may be wrong, I might be crazy, okay? When we speak of history, this is something that somebody lived, not necessarily you. History, okay? And then when you talk about reality, your reality or reality is something where you are a little more present in, like you got a say into it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If you and I got into a fight and you won the fight and I go around like saying, you know, like I won the fight, I can tell whoever I want, but not those who were standing right there. They know what went down. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But when I try to fight and argue and tell those who were present that it was me who won, then like how are we doing this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're trying to alter their perception based on their actual presence, them actually living it.
What I'm saying is cool if you tell if this company comes out and tells me, hey, we redid the thing. Hey, we thought it looked better like this, and you can tell me whatever you want, but don't tell me it wasn't there. Like if you are the one, like you yourself is telling me it was never there, but I lived it and I saw it myself with thousands or millions of people, you trying to tell me that never happened, then there's a problem because that's my reality. I lived it. I seen it.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not making the point I'm trying to make. Okay.
Yes, you are.
But
it doesn't matter if that's your reality if you've seen it. It's, you know, because the thing is, whatever they tell you, because what she said is not the company. What she said is that there's some conspiracy where like there's some secret organization that's actually going around changing stuff, right? They're above the company. So what they're trying to do is to see how much they can change, right? So if I tell you that this is this way,
but when the company doesn't come out and saying like whatever they're saying about our company is not true.
What the thing is that reality doesn't matter. What matters is what I tell you. Okay, it's not like that's the test. Like,
yeah,
it's not what you know. It's like what I tell you trumps your own what you think you know. You know whatever I tell you to know. But I'm in control of reality.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. But you can't.
Of course, I can. I can tell you anything.
Like I know
because I'm telling it to you. You'll believe it. Okay.
You can tell Ed this, you can tell this other person, but I was there is what I'm saying. Like, how are you gonna tell me
what you think? I was there. It's just what I'm telling you. That's what matters. Okay.
Yeah, but exactly. I get Ed's point as well, because if you make sure that everybody is online with, okay, this is the cornucopia was never there.
Mm-hmm.
Then you would doubt yourself at a certain point. Like, okay, am I just the crazy one, or?
Well, okay, so I see some people doing that for sure. Okay, yeah. Oh, I thought it was there, but if you're saying it wasn't there, then it wasn't there. Like, I get it. but maybe that these are people that are not willing to fight for their reality. I mean, like,
Yeah.
who cares?
Okay.
Let's move on. And you give me like a little bit of this and a little bit of that every now and then, and you see it keeps working, then we try a little up the scale. You know what I mean? Now, can I ask you a question? Explain to me, Nagayan, what is Mandela effect? What's the idea behind it? Do you know?
Basically, I think where it came from was no, I don't know. I'm gonna.
I know it
How about you,
actually
Ed?
did have something to do with Nelson Mandela. I forget. It was like something where like people believed he did something, but he never did it. It was something. I don't know exactly. You got something, right, Angel? You tell me. Okay.
No, I didn't even freaking look it up. In my opinion, this is what I thought, but I don't want to say this is what it was. I hope you know, whatever. So I was thinking this is the idea that this is a person who noticed that reality might be altered. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes, yeah.
he came with the. If he's the one that analyzed this, and therefore they named them after him. That's what I was thinking, but I don't know. That's why I'm asking, because I wanted to know.
So basically, the Mandela effect was coined in 2010 after someone, Fiona Broome, discussed the death of former South African President Nelson Mandela in the 1980s. So she thought he was dead. And she convinced people that he was dead, I think. However, Mandela was still alive and didn't pass until 2013. And Broome and others cited remembering news coverage of Mandela's death, though such events never occurred. So actually, the fact that people believe in their version of the reality that was true, but it wasn't. So and that goes to say, for if a group big enough believes something, that becomes their reality. And it affects the reality of other people as well, because other people then say, okay, yeah,
that's what you see as true. Yeah,
exactly.
I get it, but like that's something that works better as like generational. You know what I mean? It works better when it becomes history. Does that make sense?
If not enough sources cite it's his death and like reputable sources, then who would counter that he's not dead? Of course, him being alive.
Okay. So how about this? How true is it that our timeline can be touched? Our reality, how can you call it? What do you call that? Like, how easy would it?
Shift?
No, not
reality shift.
Let's say like interdimensionally, like somebody comes into our reality and changes like the course of something. Time traveling.
You mean?
Yes, there you go.
How possible is that for it to occur to us?
Ed, I think you would be better than me at this. Like, do you understand what I'm trying to ask?
You talking about like some science fiction or something? Like somebody? I don't understand. Why can't you?
Well, so far it's science
fiction. Hey, this is the version of history that we're going to teach. Like, it's that simple. This isn't like a science fiction scenario, you know.
Oh, kind of like we do now. So leave it alone. Let it be.
You teach things the way you want it to be. You know what I mean? I think the Great War, you know, World War I and World War II, I think that was a lie. You know, like they say that. I don't think there really was a World War I and World War II. I think there was just one war, and there was two parts to it. And the reason why World War I started was because the other countries in Europe seen Germany form in like the 1870s, and they seen that they were competition, and they said, hey, we need to do something about Germany. and then they orchestrated a plan to start a war with them.
Lit them up.
Sounds kind of familiar.
And then when Hitler rose up, it was revenge. And I guess the German people had a right to be mad.
It sounds repetitive.
I mean, it's repetitive
to me, in my opinion, but
That's history. Welcome to history.
But what? Then Andrew, tell me, why did World War I start? Then what's the actual story that they teach you in history? Because I know you just don't know any history whatsoever.
Maybe the US has the US has a different story than the Europe one. So I'm.
You guys don't know how World War I started? The actual story.
Basically, a prince of Austria was traveling through a country. He got killed in that country, and then the country where the prince was from declared war to the other country. But because that country was smaller, that smaller country got backed by a lot of allies from the other side. I don't remember.
I think it's nonsense.
Names. So.
I don't think that's how one guy got killed, and so all of that because of one dude got killed. I don't believe that.
This is interesting. Help me out. Why is that? What happened?
They seen Germany as competition, and they say, hey, we need to basically shut down their economy, stop them from being able to compete with us.
So how you set this up?
Just that you get some kind of just ridiculous excuse to declare war against them. And then you set back their economy by making them pay all kind of reparations and stuff, so you cripple their economy. Yeah.
And this doesn't sound familiar to you at all.
Does it sound familiar to me?
Like, you know what I mean, nigga? I don't know.
Yeah, Israel right now.
No, that's an unprecedented situation. I don't know. Like when other time did this happen?
Like what? No, you gotta be kidding me. that's irony you're using.
Okay, I don't even want to do this right now. Forget about it.
Okay. No.
Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, we just got a history lesson. You believe what you want to believe, or believe what they tell you. There's no need to look it up. If they say it's like that, it's like that. And just move on. It's very much more easier. Easier? I'm using that wrong. It doesn't matter, man. It's much easier to just move on with the information you are gifted. Okay?
Yeah. I agree. But you should challenge it.
If you care about your reality only. But if you don't give three shits, keep moving. Leave it alone.
Go with the flow. I mean, I'm a just go with the flow guy.
Just go to your job, 9 to freaking 5. Come out, do your thing, come in, go to sleep, brush your teeth when you wake up in the morning, and do that all over again. You know, you know what I mean? Like I skip like 3 steps on there. You know, but like
just eat and
sleep, man, and do it all. Yeah, man. Sit on your no, not the news. Don't even. It's fine. I don't even want to get into this, man. Just watch the news. Watch. They're gonna tell you everything that's going on there in that channel. That's paid.
Especially what you need to be saying.
And you guys, the two of you believe everything they tell you. What are you guys talking about? You believe in all the things.
Yeah, man.
I do. I just told you I do. Like, yeah. Right after this, I'm going on my couch. I'm gonna put hand here and just watch the next football game with my beers. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
Like
what
the
I'm
Four Locos, though.
Oh, I just had a full local the other day, actually.
Yeah, props to Four
Too
Locos.
much. So okay, Ed, that's cool. Let's just go. You know what? That right there reminds me of like my mother, actually. 9 to 5.
Because they're boomers, man. That's how boomers are.
See if that's whatever. Just thinking about that, it aggravates me. So I want to move on, to be honest. I'm having flashbacks and stuff. You know what I mean? Okay. But with that being said, I would like to talk about like how about time travel, the idea of time traveling and stuff like that, if it was possible. This is not something we're doing today.
No.
I keep trying to do this where we can try to make a story, but just come in with something, with an idea of what we think would happen. Guys, do we have anything else in line that's like we can't miss? What else we got, Ed?
The jellyfish UFO.
Oh, the jellyfish UFO. And the guy has been wanting to talk about that. Let's do that real quick.
Was it
That's
me?
cool. You sent it, no?
Did I?
Yeah, I seen it before.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
But I think you're the only one that shared it. Do we have it online? On
It's on screen, yeah, but it's.
Ed, you interested?
But it's alien, so we should, if possible.
I mean, you guys want to? It's up to you.
Yeah, go for it if you want to.
Jellyfish UFO. That video released last week by journalist Jeremy Corbell appears to show a UFO flying over an American base in Iraq. News Nation reached out to the Pentagon and asked if officials would confirm the video's authenticity. They told us today that, quote, "We do not comment on the authenticity of alleged DoD material that may have been leaked. The Department of Defense takes the potential unauthorized disclosure of national security information very seriously," end quote. Last week, we spoke with Jeremy Corbell about the significance of this new video and why he thinks the public needs to know about it.
This is the first time in history we are seeing a designated UAP, an unknown and unidentified, that it is moving into a restricted base. It is an incursion, in fact. So this is the first time you're seeing that.
In the past, the Defense Department has released several videos leaked previously by Corbell and later confirmed they are, in fact, unidentified anomalous phenomenon, the long term for UAP or UFOs, as we used to call them. News Nation special correspondent Ross Coulthart joins us now. Hey, Ross, what do you make of the Pentagon's no comment answer?
G'day, Elizabeth. Look, I must say it's very revealing for what it doesn't say. It doesn't reveal a categorical denial. It's the last resort of governments and intelligence services when they don't want to answer a question. Essentially, it's a neither confirm nor deny. And what I would say, Elizabeth, is that in the past, the Pentagon has shown a willingness.
It's already longer than I thought it would be. So so we need a specialist. Let us know. These are UFOs, UAPs, or whatever you want to call them.
DODs. No, DODs, the Defense of Department. UAPs, I mean.
UAPs. Okay. So by the way, it was in a military base in the U.S., but prior to this, it was in the Middle East, and it was also spotted in Europe, somewhere in Europe. I can't remember.
Okay, I'm gonna say exactly what Ed says I would do if real footage came out. This looks very fake. This seems like very fake, edited. Yeah, not even. Yeah, the camera moves and the thing moves as the camera moves. I don't know if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like very primitive editing they've done.
My thing is like, we got high tech here, okay? Like, why are these images like they're still grainy, they're still low resolution? What's going on, man?
What I don't understand is you don't know what the hell it is, right? And it's in your military base, and you're the one in charge of this military base, and this military base is supposed to be protected, and this military base is supposed to be secret, right? Like, I mean, is a private area.
Okay, Andrew. Okay, you're the colonel. You're in charge of this base. You see a UAP. It's just, what do you do?
Well,
just
okay,
snooping
you
around.
got two options. Either you freaking stupid and you want to destroy it. That's the easiest way. Best way to do things, I would say, capture it.
All right. But you
yeah. That way you have something physical you can analyze. You can better. First of all, we got cameras on it. That cameraman is amazing. I mean, I don't know if he's flying too.
I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure they got AIs and stuff that can just track objects. So, I mean, it could be that. Who knows?
Of course they do, but like AI got a shitty camera. I don't know, man. Okay, well, whatever. Who cares? Okay, so regardless of how you capture it, that's a good question. It doesn't mean it doesn't seem. Don't you even have those radio jammer things like the
try something?
EMPs?
Yeah.
I think it's called
magnetic pulse something weapons.
Yeah, to knock it down. And these days, that thing is freaking accurate as shit. Like you can like actually like put it in your point it at something and just affect that. It's not like before that it wasn't whatever in this mile radius or whatever is gonna go down as well. You got that option. I don't know what the military has right now, but you also have like these freaking even you have like these drones that do a lot. These drones shoot, they capture things. Why are we not doing that?
I don't know.
And the design of that thing, that little thing that's floating over there, it's crappy. It's inefficient. I mean, in my opinion, it looks inefficient to me. Like it's
you don't.
But what I say, it looks.
It doesn't look very aerodynamic. It got things dingling over there, like you know what I mean?
It looks like two people with legs. Two like human form people stuck together, and then the legs dangling, and that's like moving like this.
Is that the design you would go with, Ed? If you're making your own,
maybe they forgot to put on the stealth mode, and it revealed themselves.
Oh no, because it does have a stealth mode where it disappears, I guess. Yeah. But that camera still followed it, even though it disappeared. So you know.
Or maybe it's just showing the humans inside, or I say humans, but the aliens inside.
Oh.
And the ship is not in like human side.
Well, I never thought about the VAT vehicle. Batman got a car just like that too, right?
I don't know what Batman got, but it's
Wonder Woman. Who is that got like a? I don't know. SpongeBob, Barnacle, and Merman Man got a.
Yeah, that's true. They just drive around in a car that's made out of water. In the ocean.
There you go. I didn't think about that possibility actually, Ryan. You are seeing what you are seeing is not the ship itself. What you are seeing is the aliens, the what you want to call them?
I don't know what you
mushroom.
Unidentified people.
Don't know.
No, like I didn't even think about that, again. Actually, like I'm being serious now. I was messing.
I don't know what camera they were using. That's.
No. But the thing is, like, okay. What I'm trying to get at with this real quick is that I'm only thinking about this on what makes sense to me. But if this is from another planet, I mean, why would it have to make sense to me? I'm used to seeing how we do things in this planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't.
How did I look at it better? It's you can see, like, yeah, two people with back to back to each other, and then are very snugly spooning each other. Anyways.
Nagain, Ed, what are you thinking, man? What's your input? What you got?
Who knows? I think, yeah.
Is it
what?
Set up?
It probably is, but the real footage they got are these things they don't let us see.
So you do think we are capturing these images and these things? You keep saying that. That's amazing to me. Like, especially for you, like from you, coming from you.
Enough of these guys. They said, yeah. I mean, it's legit. These are pretty serious people. But we got like high res stuff, like some 4K type footage, full color. They don't show it. That's the stuff that I guess the public probably not ready. I don't know. They show you this grainy stuff. But that's been said over and over that we got the high def modern looking footage, and that is the stuff that's top secret. When they want.
But if they really want to keep us informed and they want us to know what's
give you a taste.
Like, why not just be honest?
Just a little taste. You know, they're not gonna give it. They're not gonna give it a whole thing.
A little bit through.
Okay. Okay. Oh well, who is to know? Like, I was about to say, why not interact with it? Why not?
Like, were you paying attention to like any of these Senate hearings and any of that stuff? Okay, like we apparently
yes,
we already got
did
stuff,
but yeah, I heard. I just didn't believe it, to be honest with you, man. I took it as a joke.
Even if it's
no. I truly didn't give it a minute to actually like process this being, because I'm like, why would they keep
put it out?
All these secrets all these years, but now they just throwing this.
The reason for that, it does make sense that they would do it, because if you have a group of people who got their hands on this technology and now they're just sort of in the government doing their own thing, you're going to have other people in the government who, and this is why it happened, because you had high level people like 4-star generals, colonels, asking like, hey, where's this money going? What are they doing on this base over here? What is this? And they're like, yo, that's above your pay grade. You don't have clearance. And he's like, yo, I have the highest clearance there is. What are you talking about? And so that kept happening to where like, what are these guys doing? I'm the highest ranked general there is. We need to do something about these people. But that's the reason.
Seen that. I also see that they don't, like, even if your rank is like the highest rank, or whatever that's out there, they don't give you the. So
who is they? Like, who is this they that we're talking about? That's the problem. If you're at the highest, that's no. If presidents are being told, hey, mind your business, like who's running the show here? Like that's the question. Senators, everybody. No, not none of your. No, that's none of your concern. Like, then who are you? Like, what's going on here? That's the problem. That's why they're having the hearings, because you got these guys who got this technology, and they're just, who knows what they're doing.
Well, that is true. If you got the freaking president and you're telling him, like, look the other way, forget about it, we got this. That is scary. I mean, that's scary that humans got the technology and are doing some whatever they're doing, and you got these departments that probably went rogue and are doing their own thing and got all kind of secret technology. And they don't answer to anybody. So yeah, that's worse than just dealing with aliens.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, but I would say that there would be, and there has been, whistleblowers coming forward about these files way before, of course, it was the trend to come forward about it. And yeah, during those times, I think 5 to 10 years ago, or maybe even further ago, those people were very easily coined as like crazy, or yeah, they took too many pills, or they didn't take their pills at all. And yeah, that narrative is now changing. Of course, we have more access to information and access to these videos that are coming out. But at the same time, yeah, what it says, how much are we seeing of what is actually out there? And that's, I think it's a scary thought.
Yeah.
It's a scary thought to not know.
I'm hearing they got moon bases. They got bases on Mars. We got a whole fleet out in space nobody know about. I'm hearing all kind of stuff, man.
Antarctica is one of the places where they have these weapons stored. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. Okay, Angel. So that's why. All right. That's why they finally said something. Okay. Is that good enough for you?
No, not really. To be honest with you, it's not good enough for me. But for the general public, I'm just not smart enough to know that it's not my place to understand it. But I do want to understand what's going on.
Behind it.
Yeah. Now, I'm trying to find this freaking video. Have you ever seen? No, don't even worry about it. There's a handshake, like they saying they like Freemasons. I just came across this, and there's a handshake. This lady is like giving this guy 2 kisses, one on each side of the cheek, and then she goes down and he grabs her head. The guy grabs her head, and they start doing like this weird handshake type of thing. I thought it was cool. Maybe they've been in jail together or something. They got that But I wanted to show you guys and put it out here. But off camera, I got something to tell you, to reveal to you some very private information. And it's pertaining to that handshake thing. Well, guys, thank you for watching so far. If you watch to the end, I just want to say thank you for watching. Please subscribe, give us suggestions, get likes. Please interact with us in the comments, okay? And we appreciate those who actually take out time in their day to watch what we got going on. This has been Unidentified Podcast, and we are out.
All right, guys.
See you in the next.